Hello, Goddess, and welcome to this week's Twin Flame Tuesday. My name is Rochelle Richard, and if you are new to my channel here at Empowerment Experiences, we are healing twin flames and looking for and finding our power all along this, which is each our own self-love empowerment journey. And for those who know or don't know, well, now you know when I tell you is that a twin flame journey is wholly, very much wholly, and that's with a W, completely a self-love empowerment journey, because it is about you coming home to yourself. That's what this is. And the further I venture into this, into my own journey, and watch all of these other goddesses who are struggling, who are feeling trapped in this space of clinging to their counterparts because they're being told that you need to hold on, don't give up. And so instead, what you're doing is you're holding yourself in this place of suffering. What if you just let go? Just let go and allow for those wounds to heal, the abandonment wound, the not getting what you want, the betrayal, all of these things, the feeling alone. It's time to let go and allow for these things to be healed, Goddess. And that is definitely where I feel we are. Right? That toxicity, that's what we talked about on Sunday, is letting the toxicity fall from your life in whatever way that is. Be it external, and most definitely be it internal. And right now, I know I may ruffle some feathers, but you know what? That's what I'm here to do. Because it's about you feeling empowered on your journey. And if you are clinging to this idea of something that you are latched onto and you want it, well, guess what you're doing? You don't have it. This is why I'm telling you, Goddess, you've got to detach from it. You've got to let go. Let go of what's outside of you and turn into what is inside of you. Because that's where all of your answers are. That's where all of your power lies. That's where all the joy, all the love, everything that you desire, it is inside you. And there is nothing that he could ever say or do to conjure that within you before you do for yourself. So yeah, it is about cutting the ties with all things that are toxic, and that includes holding on to these stories about your counterpart, about that which is the twin flame connection, all of this. This is why in my 17-day self-love empowerment challenge, why the very first thing we talk about is detachment. Detaching from the label of twin flame, detaching from everything the ego wants to possess, wants to have. Because as long as your ego wants to have it, then you don't have it. And instead, it is amplifying the lack of it. And so all of these gurus telling you to hold on and to keep visualizing and to keep doing this work and to keep holding on, the more you grip onto something, the more you squeeze the life out of it. Again, we're being asked to let go, Goddess. Because in order to expand, you have to let go. And that's what this is about. It is about expansion. And when you keep yourself stuck in whatever box you decide to keep yourself stuck in, then you will not expand. You will stay where you are in this space of suffering. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? So it is time to take that sanctuary again, to detach from the outside world, from your external that is your counterpart, from the external that is how the reality appears to be right now, from the external of how you desire your reality to be. Because again, as long as you're holding on so tightly, and I recently had a conversation with someone who just started learning about quantum leaping, and I'm like, oh, I'm familiar with that, but you got to know where you're going if you're doing that. And this is why I'm practiced in it. However, that's the point. I am practiced in it, and I recognize that you don't want to be attempting to quantum leap somewhere where you don't have full clarity and you're not in complete and total alignment with, meaning energetically, in your beliefs, in your subconscious as well as your conscious, right? So you need to recognize too that the more you beat that dead horse, the more deader it gets. And that means is when you have a vision and you want it to be, and I just 555 right there on the ticker. Wow, intentional manifestation. But the key is remember, this is why recently it came up for you to be focusing on how you feel. Manifest how you want to be feeling. Focus on how you feel. Because we're getting so caught up on how it looks. How it looks is irrelevant. How it feels is everything. And you can only determine how it feels on the inside by going within. And that's why right now, this is where we are, Goddess. This time to recognize that now is that time of expansion, which means to be going within, because you expand from within, you expand outward. So of course you need to go within. It's not about focusing on what your counterpart is doing. It's all of that, again, is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Prosperity is on its way once you, again, let go of the lack, because anywhere in your experience that you are amplifying lack, especially with your counterpart, that lack feeds into all of this too. That means you're not going to be getting that raise that you want because you're not embodied in it. But that's okay. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle as you recognize this beneath that surface that, ooh, I'm the one that's been limiting my expansion. Ooh, I'm the one that's been focusing on things outside of me, especially my counterpart. Ooh, don't beat yourself up, Goddess. Don't beat yourself up, because what happens too when you beat yourself up is you tend to beat everybody else up as well. Okay? So be a leader and don't beat yourself up and don't beat everybody else up. That's how we lead. We lead by example, which again means don't beat yourself up. Be your own best friend. Lead by example, and what that looks like, what it is to be gentle with yourself, what it is to get off your own back, what it is to allow yourself to expand, to allow yourself to let go of these things that no longer serve, to allow yourself to break free from this trap of holding on to this idea with someone under the label twin flame to such an extent that it keeps you stuck. It keeps you stuck from living your life, from experiencing. Oh, wow. And you know what was interesting is I believe those were the two cards that I just went to pick up the deck and they were underneath. So look, ooh, everything does have its time. And this is where we are, Goddess. We are at the time in this journey where it is a time to let go. You have to allow yourself that letting go and discernment about what needs to be let go. Which again comes down to what feels good for you, what feels aligned. In what ways are you limiting yourself and therefore your experience, and vice versa? In what ways are you limiting your experience and therefore yourself? You gotta stop. It is about being your own best friend. You've got to be gentle with yourself. That is what it is to love yourself. Right. My kitty is out there working on a little present with her little catnip baby. She's out there doing her little deep throat meow. which she does a lot when I'm in here recording or working on something. She's like, oh, maybe if I entice mom with this gift, she'll stop what she's doing and come give attention to me. However, there comes that discernment to say, no, my love, you've had mommy time all morning and now mommy has other things to do, right? And this also is, in essence, that inner child that wants to keep you locked in that old space, stuck in that closet in the dark, afraid of expanding, afraid of letting go of these stories, of letting go of these fears. Oh my goodness, there it is. I just had 456 this morning that came through with a conversation that I was having with someone where we were talking NFTs. It literally is talking about Gary Vee. For those who don't know, any entrepreneur out there needs to follow Gary Vee, just so you know. But it was an image here where it says Gary Vee says 98% of all NFT projects will fail, because there's a whole thing going down in places, but 456 likes. And so I shared because it blew me away. Look, you are moving forward in life. Signifies progress and moving in the right direction. Free yourself from the prison of your fear. Trust, surrender, and just say yes to the flow divinely unfolding. But especially that free yourself from the prison of your fear. That's the thing. You've got to be the one to break these cycles. You've got to be the one to free yourself. You've got to be the one to allow yourself to expand. And that means you've got to be the one to let go. To let go of the stories, of the beliefs, of the attachments that are holding you back, that are holding you down, that are keeping you in perpetuating this space of suffering. So there was 456, and I mentioned 555. I'm like, which right here, 555. Changes are coming. Embrace and allow the changes. Boom. You choose how you respond. Boom. Let go of what no longer serves you. Oh, intentional manifestation. Look, personal freedom, non-attachment. This is where we are, goddess. It is more and more. We're working through these layers and layers and layers of releasing the attachment, the attachment, the attachment. It's not done in one fell swoop, because it's interwoven. It's like the image that I'm seeing is a root system, obviously, right? A root system. When you go to pull it up, you have all of these things that are intertwined. And so we got to heal that bit by bit by bit so you don't kill everything, right? Because you're not here to just die and be done. You're here to learn to truly love yourself, and through that to become the fullest expression of yourself. So with that, we have our light worker cards. Fill up your well. Look, sanctuary, rest, retreat, refuel, because again, it is about you reconnecting with you. It's all the divine plan, and that's exactly what that 456 was bringing up for us, right? Trusting that divine plan. And right now it is that seeding the light. We're never going to get it done, goddess. Never get it done. And look, this is upside down because you're not really tuning into your soul. You're not really tuning in at that deeper level of what you do want, what you do desire, which would be how it feels. What do you want to feel while you're here, goddess? Which that's going to lead you to what you really want to experience here. Because it's the reason why you want to experience or have certain things, right? Is because you believe that in the having of that it will conjure certain states of being within you, right? So skip the external need and go straight to the internal satisfaction of that need. Shift yourself from lack to abundance from the inside out. Well, so then, wow. Again, to reiterate, the toxicity, letting go of what isn't you, letting go of what is keeping you, perpetuating this suffering, this not feeling good about you and your life. Because it is about loving you more than the label that is the twin flame. It is about you loving you more than tolerating the suffering that is being perpetuated by keeping yourself stuck in this cycle of attachment with your counterpart. And with that, I'm just going to say that is where we are today, because I am so feeling that perhaps a word from the divine masculine is not what we would need then today. Because it's not about him. It's not about listening to what he has to say to tell you what to do. Why? Because you already know, goddess. You already know. And today, where we are with this need to want to know, what is he saying to me? That is looking for your power outside of you. And therefore, you will always feel powerless on this journey, if that's where you are. So with that, I'm curious to know then, animal messenger, like this has been one of the quickest messages I've ever brought. Ooh, a crab. Ooh, I'm intrigued. Let's just see what that's about. Crab, spiritual meaning. Okay. We have tied to our emotions, intuition, and the waves of life. The crab meaning is about timing and vulnerability. Don't rush things, just move to the rhythm that feels most natural to you. Crab teaches that you must decide to stand strong in your right to protect yourself. A great lesson is one of self-protection, is what the crab teaches. Ooh, teaches that timing is a wisdom tool of self-protection. Timing. Ooh, learn to sense your feelings of what is good for you and what is not. There is that discernment card right there. Oh, that is survey and discern what is in your best interest. And that's it. Oh, wait, one more thing. You to from horse with the crab. Be connected with the realm for your experience growth toward prosperity as well. I love. I love when all of these things line up so beautifully. And I can already feel that there are going to be some of you out there that are like, oh, but it's Twin Flame Tuesday. I want to hear from the Divine Masculine. I get it. Just as there has been a session before where the Divine Masculine said, no, I have nothing to say. So today then, because I can already feel there will be some of you who would like even a message of reassurance from the Divine Masculine in this. So let's just see if there is any message. You see right now we have a whole lot of craziness popping off here, so it just might be the case. Well, holy moly, we're not going to do the whole deck, but let's just looky here. These both jumped out pretty wild. Magic is afoot. And this was upside down. Transformation. Don't be resisting the transformation. You have to let go of your old ways, your old self, your old versions. Same with him. You have to let go of the idea of who he was. All of this, you have to release the 3D perception. So look, that's what the masculine has to say today. Is that this whole experience is magic when you allow it to be. But this resistance, this is what contributes to that suffering. This not allowing yourself to let go of what no longer serves you. That which is technically toxic to you. Because a butterfly or a caterpillar skin is toxic to a butterfly because a butterfly can't fly as a caterpillar. Right? Instead, it is magic that a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, but that caterpillar has to release the caterpillar perception of itself in order to transform into this butterfly. And you're being asked the same, Goddess. This is that time for expansion. This is what is happening right now for all of us. Your divine masculine included, or shall we say the divine masculine, because the entire energy is being cleared. We have been healing the persecution wound exponentially so, which means narcissism is therefore exponentially amplified lately. But it's knowing that. It's recognizing that there's going to be an amplification of energy vampires just coming into your life, period. Anything and everything that has the objective with blocking you from getting to where you want to go, that has the objective of keeping you from expanding. But you have to be the one to break through, to break those cycles, to liberate yourself and allow for the transformation. Be your own best friend. Okay, Goddess? With that is today's Twin Flame Tuesday. And I am just floored that this entire message has just come through so succinctly and so quickly. I mean, I'm looking at my timer going, really? Wow, mind-blowing. Because there was just so much and straight to the point. It is about breaking those cycles so you can expand. But the only way to really break those cycles and to clarify what those cycles are to be broken is to go within, to stop keeping attachments to things outside of you. And this does mean holding that attachment to your physical counterpart. That's where I am with this whole twin flame realm, is it's like, that's just so disempowering. And I'm watching so many goddesses that are just keeping themselves in this place, holding on to their divine masculine because of the twin flame label. But where their divine masculine is in wounded masculine. You've got to let them be. You've got to set yourself free. This is the rise of the feminine. And the only way that wounded masculine is going to rise out of his woundedness is when the feminine rises out of hers. This is about you, Goddess. This is about you. Being the fullest expression of you. And when you are, that bat signal for your divine masculine is so brilliant, so bright that he will not be able to deny it. But as long as you are coming from the lack place, that beacon will never be bright enough. Because you will not have filled your cup, filled your tank to the depth as necessary to illuminate the sky as needed for him to see it. Nor for you to be the beacon in this world that you've come to be, Goddess, as the leader that you are here. So with that, it is about remembering the power that is in your hands to expand, to end these cycles, to transform. That power, it is in your hands, Goddess, because that power has always been inside you. Namaste.